I'm investigating Walmart's gold-plated jewelry to see if it's real or fake, because I want to find you the best deals. Let's find out. I paid $17 for this set of earrings, and they're 14 karat gold plated, cubic zirconia, and they're in the Demi-Fine collection by Luxury Designs, bought at Walmart. So these ones here are supposed to be cubic zirconia and gold plated. We haven't tested much gold from actual retail stores until today. We'll also be testing to see if these are cubic zirconia or not. We'll use a touchstone. Let's start with this first. So we have a cubic zirconia earring. Absolutely stunning and cheap. We'll do a scratch test, and I'll use acid to test to see if it's actual 14 karat gold plated. So I'll test here and here. This is exciting, guys. I have 3 types of acid for gold. I have 14 karat, 18 karat, and 10 karat gold. We'll do the 18 karat and the 14 karat. So we'll test to see if this is 18 karat gold or not. 18 karat gold plate, rather. In theory, the 18 karat acid should eat right through everything. And we should have some gold residue left over. Now we wait. See, I see 2 colors. I'm going to try the 10 karat. So I'm checking to see if there's any specks of gold, because gold plate will have tiny little flecks of gold. I'm seeing a little bit in the 14K up here. And in the 10K, I'm seeing even a little bit more. And so we could say it is gold plated. Maybe a little bit on the thin side, but for the price, it's really not bad. Not bad at all. However, is this cubic zirconia? Let's find out. Using the Presidium Gem Tester, I'll put a link in the description if you want one of these things. Glass will be in the red line. Cubic zirconia will be up here above the red line. So let's give this a test. Here we go. I'm calling it cubic zirconia. So as advertised, our first set of earrings are in fact gold plated, possibly 14 karat, and cubic zirconia. Well, what about this little butterfly now? Adorable. Look at that. For the price, 3 pairs of earrings. Tiny little crystals are very, very hard to test, I find. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Yeah, cubic zirconia. All right. Better than glass in this case. But what about the gold? I'm not going to bother testing for 18 karat. Okay, so that's the butterfly. And this is the part that actually goes in your ear. We have our 14 karat gold acid. So when it comes to gold plating, an acid will eat through the underlying metal, for example, copper, and leave residue of gold plating. It doesn't take much gold to plate. But just how exactly do we gold plate or gold dip a ring? Step 1, cleaning. Before any gold can be added, the ring gets a deep clean, because even a tiny bit of residue can ruin the plating. Step 2, electroplating. Next, the ring goes into a gold bath. A small electric current pulls the gold ions out of the solution and bonds them to the surface of the ring, one microscopic layer at a time. Step 3, polishing and finishing. Once the gold layer is set, it's time to bring out the shine. A polishing wheel buffs the ring smooth and leaving that final mirror-like finish. And thank you to Claude AI and Gemini for the images. I'm not seeing much of anything, to be honest. It looks like it ate through everything. Okay, let's try again, but with 10 karat. It could be just very, very lightly plated. Okay, what do we have here? We have our 10 karat. I am seeing a little bit of flakes of what looks like gold. I don't know if you can see it there. And it wouldn't be much. I know, it sounds crazy because we didn't really take a whole lot off. So I'm going to say it's at least 10 karat gold plated, very thinly plated, and cubic zirconia. Nice. Okay. Neutralize the stone. Okay, the next one, these little mini hoop earrings. Pretty nice. So obviously there are no stones on it, so we'll just do a good gold test. And then the part that goes in your ear. Start with a 14 karat. Okay, you can barely see it, but there are a little bit of gold flecks here. Right in there. I don't want to stick my finger in acid. Here, you don't see much. Not much came off to test, to be honest. So let's be fair about that. Let's try it again with a 10 karat. I'm seeing what looks like little flecks here. Let's wait a second. Do you see that? Hard to see because they're plated so thin with gold that in this case it's very hard to see, but I do see stuff floating around that wasn't eaten by the acid. So I'm going to call this between, well, it could be between 10 and 13 karat. How's that? Not too bad. So for $17, they are in fact cubic zirconia. They are gold plated. It's just a question of trying to prove exactly how much gold plate is on it. And is it between 10 and 14 karat? I think so. I think it's between 10 and 14 karat. They're thinly coated with the price of gold being in the upper 4,000s US for an ounce. A little bit goes a long ways. So these earrings do get my stamp of approval. Thank you, Walmart. Now, we all love rings. However, this one here is $21. It's luxury designs, cubic zirconia, nickel-free, and it is not gold. I didn't buy it as gold plated, but I want to test the cubic zirconia. $21. You get 3 rings, not gold plated, gold tone, claiming to be cubic zirconia, but is it? Now remember, if it's cubic zirconia, it'll go above the red line. Try the big one. Yes, guys, cubic zirconia for the big stone in the center. Sometimes the side stones are not. Now they're very small. Okay, guys, this is interesting. The side stones are coming in as diamond moissanite. Now, what does that mean? Probably actual moissanite on the sides. That is like a really good thing. I was not expecting that, so I'm going to try another stone. Okay, I think I got it here. Aha, this one is coming in as cubic zirconia. Okay, more cubic zirconia. Well, it could be a one-off. That's pretty interesting. One of those stones on the side is a moissanite. Can't complain there, Walmart. Now this one here, cubic zirconia. Yes, the center one is cubic zirconia. All right, guys, this is good. Now what about this one? Yeah, I would call it cubic zirconia too. A lot of times I've purchased wedding ring sets off of Temu that claim to be moissanite, and one would be moissanite and everything else would be glass. Or one stone would be cubic zirconia and the rest would be glass. But in this case, Walmart's case, is claiming cubic zirconia, and I'm saying 2 thumbs up. Yes, yes it is. And this here is actually not even a gold-plated ring. It's gold tone, and inside, now this is going to be hard to read, Inside it reads BCCN. So the CN is for China. The BC is probably the maker's mark. So for $23, I'm saying yes to the rings. And we have 3 pairs of Demi-Fine Collection by Luxury Designs Walmart earrings, 14 karat gold plated, cubic zirconia, nickel free. Look at those ones, guys. How much? $15. So we have 3 sizes of cubic zirconia earrings, seem to be 14 karat gold plated, or are they? Well, let's test them. This little guy appears to be glass. Okay, the small one appears to be glass. What about the medium-sized one? The medium-sized earring. Is this cubic zirconia? Whoops. Here we go. Yes. Yes. The medium is cubic zirconia. The little guy is coming off as glass. What about the big one? This looks like at least 1 carat. Well, yes, we have cubic zirconia. I'm going to give that little guy another shot. Okay, and yeah, you know what? I think the little guy is cubic zirconia too. I do. So this set of earrings for $15 from Walmart are actual cubic zirconia. But what about the gold? We're going to go from small to big. There's our small. Ignore this line here. Medium, and the large earring. Okay, small, medium, large. So on the top, I'm going to do the 14 karat test. And on the bottom, the 10 karat. We want to see gold floating around. Okay, guys, I am seeing very minute, and I mean minute, flecks of gold. Like totally small. And it's no wonder because I barely got anything off of these. I barely did. So we'll be lucky to see a few specks. I'm seeing a little bit. We're talking minute. Look, when you scratch the surface, I took very, very little off. I mean, and you can see just barely some specks. And that's what we're looking for, just a little bit of flecks. But we're talking a small piece of jewelry and gold testing it. This set of Walmart gold-plated earrings with cubic zirconia, I'm going to call it gold-plated and cubic zirconia for only $15. Thank you, Walmart. Very good set of earrings.